for another update. This is going to be a video on the US stock market tonight, and we're just going to go over some things that I've been seeing in the market that are noteworthy. And we'll first go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500 here. It does look like we have completed a fifth touch point within an ascending channel, and we've actually had a little bit of an overthrow of this rising wedge or rising channel, and this is exactly what I wanted to see in order to confirm that the top over here was in. Okay, so we had a fifth push up, and then we're retracting back into this channel, like we're trading back into it, and it looks like we're currently on this gap over here. Okay, this runaway gap, we're currently coming back to it, and then we have the elections gap right over here near the 21-day SMA. Okay, so this is the 21-day SMA. And I think the S&P 500 comes back to this 21-day. We see a bounce or a retrace, and then we come down even harder towards the 200-day moving average sitting at 54.06. Okay, right over here. But ultimately, I do expect the 21-day to get hit because this over here looks like the overthrow of this rising wedge. We can even take a look at it on another chart that I made over here. Okay, so this is my danger zone over here. We've hit my danger zone. We're just coming down to the 21-day and to fill this elections gap. Now, this is my perspective. We have also hit the 161.8% fib measured from our July 16th high down to our August 5th low. And this August 5th low was when many altcoins have bottomed out as well. So when you take a fib from this high down to this low, we've also hit the 1.618. And it looks like this was the overthrow, and we're ready to come down to fill this elections gap. We can go ahead and take a look at the Russell 2000, but before I do that, I want to share with you my invalidation level for this. Okay, what bulls would want to see here going forward is a hold off of this gap tomorrow, and then another push up higher to around the 6100 region. But if we do come here, that would still be in my danger zone. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Russell 2000 over here. And the Russell 2000 printed a head and shoulders pattern on the small time frame. So if we go here on the 30-minute time frame, we had a little bit of a head and shoulders, and now it looks like we're just coming down to fill the elections gap and to retap this previous resistance here as support. Okay, you see how we were using it as previous resistance? Okay, we can even take a look at RTY, right? So it looks like we're just coming down to tap the 21-day. Okay, we were using this previous resistance. It's a bullish ascending triangle. We broke out of it when Trump won. Now we're coming back to back test it. The question on everyone's mind is, will the bottom fall out, and will we come back to visit the 200-day? That's the question on everyone's mind, because at the same time, this is a ascending triangle. This is also an ascending broadening wedge pattern as well. And it looks like we do have 5 touch points here, or in other words, 3 drives to a high. So let's see how we react to this 21-day. Bulls definitely want to see this hold. Otherwise, the altcoin market will suffer a little bit along with Bitcoin. But this 21-day sitting at around 22.98, that's what I want to see hold. Otherwise, we will come down to visit this 200-day. Moving average at 21.26 below the bottom boundary of this ascending broadening wedge pattern. Okay. Very, very crucial we hold this level. Let's go ahead and take a look at NQ. Okay, so when we take a look at NQ over here, so we'll actually just type in Nasdaq. I have a better chart here. Okay, so let me see here. So this is Nasdaq. We do have a gap over here. This is our elections gap. And we also do have 5 touch points, 3 drives to a high pattern. We'll take a look at this on another layout that I have. Okay, I guess I put in the other layout, so we'll just go back to this chart right here. Okay, so you see, it looks like we're coming down to fill this gap over here and tag the 21 day sitting at 20,496. And this over here was the overthrow of our ending diagonal or our rising wedge, right? We have 1, 2, 3, A, B, C for your 4, and then you come up for a 5 with an overthrow of this rising wedge, now coming back down to the 21 day. And it's super crucial, super critical that bulls see a bounce here at this 21 day. Because if bulls can't bounce here at the 21 day, then there's going to be a lot of trouble in the US stock market, and the 200 would be likely to get hit. Let me go ahead and see where the 50-day moving average is. Okay, yeah, the 50-day moving average is right here. So if we lose the 21 day, that would already spell danger, right? Coming down to the 50-day, bulls would definitely want to hold here if we do end up getting there, but I feel like as soon as you lose the 21 day, it's a done deal, right? And then we would come down towards the 200. But this is what I see so far. Bulls want to see a move back above these highs. You may have one fake out like this and then you come down, but so far I do see a move back down to the 21 day for the Nasdaq. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has topped, right? We said that it is topped over here, right? We came down for a 4th touch point within this ascending broadening wedge. Trump won. We had a huge pump, but we still have an elections gap down here, and the 21 and 50 day moving average lies right on there. Okay. We also have a little bit of a head and shoulders, very similar to that of the Russell 2000. When we zoom in here, you see how we have a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern. And then now we're below this neckline. So let me see where the 9-day moving average is, and let's see where it is. So yeah, I would be expecting a move to at least 43,486 at the 9-day, and then eventually come down to the 21 day to fill this elections gap. Soon as you lose the 21 day and the 50 day, then it's a done deal, and you'd be essentially breaking bullish structure because you'd be breaking below the lower half of this ascending broadening wedge, and then you have an open runway towards the 200. Okay, so we covered the US stock market. It looks like we're going to see a pullback, especially on the Russell. I feel like the Russell is one of the most important charts to watch, but a stock market analysis, I feel, isn't complete without a DXY analysis. Now, let's take a look at the DXY, and we perfectly called the bottom in the Discord on the DXY on October 1st, right? This was October 1st, right here. We spotted bullish divergence and a wave 5 ending diagonal, and we shot up by over 6% since, okay? So this does look like Wyckoff redistribution. I think there's going to be a little bit of a lag in regards to risk assets and the DXY. I don't think they're going to be inverse 1-to-1. I think the DXY is going to come up here above the range towards the 618-702 or 618 to 78.6% fib to tag this trend line resistance, this channel. You see this macro channel that we're in? I think we're going to tag it, and then this is going to turn over. But while it's turning over, I think the stock market is still going to come down. And then as it nears its bottom, then like I feel like there's going to be a lag to it because the DXY went up so fast. Okay. Now, something I noticed, so we take a look at the US stock market, the DXY, but we need to take a look at yields over here. So we'll take a look at yields, and this is something I found very concerning. And let me pull it up right now. Okay, so it looks like yields are about, it looks like the United States 10-year government bond yields minus the 3-month. It looks like this is about to invert. And we are above the 200. We are above the 21-day and the 50-day moving average. This looks like it's about to invert any day now. And that won't be so great for the economy, especially when we take a look at the US stock market along with the DXY. We can take a look at the US 10-year over here. And I actually put the chart over here, US 10-year yields. Okay, so this looks like it's going to break out. It's going to take out 4.73% and 5%. It's also above the 200-day moving average. Okay, so these are just some warning signs that I thought I'd share with you. I was originally going to keep this for my Discord members, but I thought I should let you guys know. Some important things to note as well is that when we take a look towards the cryptocurrency market, let's go to Doge, for example. So Doge on the weekly chart, on the logarithmic scale, we have hit the 78.6% fib. And what happens when we hit the 786? Well, we tend to see a big market reversal. And I'm not saying that Doge is going to reverse. I'm just saying that it is possible the longer we stay under this 786. Okay, look at the daily over here. This is starting to turn over, and this is looking a little bit weak. We may come down to backtest the 21-day before we get a trend direction from there. And Doge is not the only coin that's hit its 786. We can even take a look at XRP, for example. And if we take a look at XRP, take a fib from this high down to this low, we've hit the 786. Okay, so from the 94-cent high down to the 38-cent low, hit the 786. We can take a look at ADA as well. Okay, so this is ADA. Now I am bullish on ADA. I'm not saying the crypto market is going to reverse. I'm just pointing out that these coins have rallied towards the 786, so it's just something to be mindful of. And the longer we stay under that, it opens up the possibility and likeliness of a pullback. Okay, so this is ADA. I showed you ADA, showed you Dodge, XRP, US stock market, DXY, and we can also take a look at ETH, because I think that's the most integral part to the health of the crypto market. So let's go take a look at ETH here. And look at ETH over here, right at the 786 from our May 27th high. down to our August 5th low. You see how we hit the 786 and now we're coming down here? So like I said in my previous update, we come down to backtest any of these fibs here as support on ETH. And that would translate to just a small retrace on other alts before continuing higher. But we must take into account the possibility that ETH goes below the 61.8% fib and the 702 at 27.28 and 26.42, which would then extend this cycle into 2025, right? And then this would be a bullish descending broadening wedge pattern where this is your A, right? Your B, your C, your D, and then you have your E wave down, likely going towards around the 1830 region. And the reason I got the 1830 region is because that's just the 70.2% fib on the linear scale from the bear market bottom down to the up to the March high. So you see this is the 702. We would come down like that. That's if we lost this black circle right here. Okay? If we lost this ascending triangle pattern neckline, if we lost it right here, then it's likely it would come down like that. And I feel like no one is expecting this. I haven't seen this idea out there yet. And I feel like a lot of things are lining up for a market reversal to the downside. I mean, we can take a look at USDT dominance. I know me saying that may sound very uncomfortable. However, USDT dominance has broken out of this Wyckoff range at the lows. This is our Wyckoff range at the lows. We're currently above the upper resistance level, using it as support. Nice SR flip. And we're also above this value area high. I do think we come to fill this inefficiency over here. You see this 4-hour inefficiency? You see this huge gap? I think USDT dominance comes up here, and then Bitcoin. We can take a look at Bitcoin CME futures actually. We'll take a look at that right now. Right here, Bitcoin futures. You see, look, this looks like bearish order flow, meaning we're making lower highs and lower lows, and we're disrespecting these FVGs, these fair value gaps. And then we have a gap down here. You see this runaway gap? I think we come down to fill this gap, while the S&P 500 and the Dow, along with the Russell, fill their election gap. So everything is lining up, and I'm not saying there's going to be a huge market crash and to run for the hill. Just showing you the data that we see at hand. We can take a look here at USDT dominance here, and I did point out that not only do we have a Wyckoff range at the lows, but if we go on the linear scale, every time we come down to this trend line, the market is topped out, the crypto market, right? No matter how you put it, if you put it here, I'll show you guys. If you put it here, if you put it there, wherever you decide to put it, we can't deny the fact that it has come down here. And now on the small time frame, we're breaking out of this Wyckoff range, so that should be a little bit concerning for bulls. So there is a possibility that we have potentially hit a local top in the market, and we may see the bottom fall out, we may see a rug pull, and then in 2025 we start to really get things going. That's just one idea. I'm not saying it's a certainty, but I'm just pointing out the possibility, considering where USDT dominance is. Now, I feel like the most optimistic scenario would be that USDT dominance chills out here like this and then just starts chopping at the lows, and this chop would cause Bitcoin to go up a little bit more, and it would cause alts to fly. Like, it would cause all the alts to go on a bull run, and all of the dominance in Bitcoin dominance would tank essentially. So what crypto bulls would want to see here going forward is to see this chopping like price action near this historic trend line. Because if we don't see this chop over here and USDT dominance goes up more parabolic, then crypto is coming down, no doubt about it. So just be very careful here. That's all I'm trying to say. And before I end this video, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin dominance here. Now, yesterday, I believe Bitcoin dominance did print a new all-time high. It has gotten above the 61.8% fib, and it looks like it's coming towards the 70.2 to 78.6% fib, sitting at 63.26 and 66%. I believe that there is a possibility Bitcoin dominance tops out in the later half of January 2025. Just my best guess on the timeline of when I think altcoins are ready. Okay, maybe January, later half of January, early February. But yeah, this is Bitcoin dominance. It does not look like it's topped, considering it's above the 61.8% fib. Okay, so this is my video on the U.S. stock market, along with some of my thoughts on the crypto market. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.